Hello and welcome back to No Rose, All Thorn. My name is Amelia Wedemeyer and today we are talking about the third episode of Clare's season. So Yosef decides to pull Clare away to talk to her about the dodgeball date. I mean, he brought up some valid points. What sucks is that his valid points, I think, were really drowned out by all of his just really mean insults towards her. He's like, yeah, I have a daughter, and as a father of that daughter that I'm the father of, you should be ashamed of yourself. As the oldest bachelorette ever, I just expected a lot more from you, which yikes. And she's like, excuse me. And he's like, no, I'm not done talking. But then she uses her go-to line. She goes, I would never want you to be the father of my children. And then he walks out and he's just like, she's all yours, boys. She's the oldest bachelorette ever. And he's just like screaming on this resort, which like no one can hear him. He's not waking anyone up. And she's just like, and that's why I've waited this long, because I didn't settle for a man like that. And then out of nowhere, of course, who is it to save the day? Dale, not in his Party City Superman costume, unfortunately. And she's like, he's said that you're only here to appease me. And Dale's like, I'm here to please you. And we're just like, okay, all right, cool. So, he's there, he makes her feel better. And then the rose ceremony happens. And honestly, she gets rid of a lot of nobodies that I don't even remember. So who cares? They go away. And then the next group date happens. And before it can happen, Deanna from season 4 of The Bachelorette, she stops by for a little one-on-one with Clare, which you quarantine for 2 weeks just to say, when you know. And Claire's like, oh my God, I've never heard of that. What? She like pulls out Dale's pants and she's like, I have his ripped pants here. Would you like to smell them? Anyway, so the guys are left sitting around and they're like, where's Clare? And then she finally comes out of her suite and she says, I've wasted the day, but I just want you to know that we are going to have a cocktail party. So I'll see you guys soon. And Dale's like, guys, as a man who is an empath and who has 4 sisters, I would really like to take this time to talk to Clare because this is my time and you all can wait. And Claire's like, yes, I love this. And then he's like, okay, you guys, let's get a group hug. That is just the surest way to get a room of dudes to hate you. So then Dale and Clare, they go off into her suite for what appears to be like an hour. Everyone's like, where the heck are Dale and Clare? And Easy was like, well, then I will come and knock on the door. And Dale has to hide his boner. We've got a Dale boner. And so Dale's just like, okay, well, I'll see you later. And it's really funny. And finally, the other dudes get some time with Clare. She's spending time with Jay. So Dale he pretends to be lost and he's like, oh my God, I didn't realize that you were in here. And Claire's like, what? And Dale's like, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, shit. Claire's like, what you doing? And Jay's over here like, are we still having a conversation? Are you gonna let this happen? And Claire's just like, okay, well, it was nice talking to you. He comes out and the guys are like, oh, who interrupted you? And he was like, friggin' Dale did. And finally, Clare comes back and she's like, here's my rose. And I want to give this to Dale. And of course, everyone's just like, oh my God, of course you do. And then the next date was the one-on-one with Zach, which that did not go well if you watched. First off, you should never try to kiss someone or try to grab someone after they have made it clear that they don't want to kiss or engage with you anymore. And unfortunately, it made me really uncomfortable to watch, and I'm sure it made you very uncomfortable to watch. So let's move on and talk about the roast date. So there were a lot of jokes at Dale's expense. Bennett came up, and Bennett was like, oh yeah, you thought I was Winklevi Harvard? Guess what? I'm actually Simpsons writer's room Harvard. Clare, she was listening to all this, and she's like, why would you say that about my future husband? So then the roast ends and it's the cocktail party. And Claire's like, all right, can I talk to Bennett first? Bennett's like, yeah, okay. So they sit down and she's like, so tell me about this Dale thing. What did he say? And he's like, well, he was just calling himself, the front runner. But honestly, I'd really like to take this time to talk to you about other things. And she was like, all right, yes. But back to Dale, what else did he say about me? And then they cut to, it's like a clip show of her being like, so Dale. And they're like, can I talk about something else? And she's like, let's talk about Dale. And like, that guy in the house named Dale, did he say something about me? Front runner or something? I mean, it doesn't matter, but like, what did he say? And it's just so clear to me, and it's clear to the guys too, that all she wants to talk about is Dale. And if you've ever had a crush on someone, I'm sure you understand that all you want to do is talk about that person. I mean, that is why I've been trying to get a podcast about Tom Westman from Survivor Palau for the past 10 months, but that is neither here nor there. So after her whole Dale conversation with all the men, she has a rose and she's like, I didn't really get what I was looking for on this date, so I'm gonna hold on to this, but it was nice seeing you all here. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for roasting my husband. Okay, well, see you later. Bye. So then the episode ends and they give us a little teaser, and it's a lot of Clare being like, oh my God, I can't believe this. And Chris Harrison being like, you just blew up the Bachelorette. And then in the last 9 seconds, out of nowhere, there's like a pool and a goddess rises up, and that goddess happens to be Tayshia, here to save us all. Oh my God. It's like I felt as if the heavens parted. You heard like Mariah Carey singing Hero in the background. It was just like, this is what I've been waiting for. Oh my God.